What up? What up? We gonna review Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time. This time, this is the review. This is not another first impressions that I forgot I already recorded. I've already recorded 2 first impressions. This is the review of Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time. So here we go, dude. The game's incredible. Buy it. Play it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. No, for real though. That's it. That's it. The game's incredible. I absolutely love it. I'm still addicted to it. I log in every single day at least so I can get my freaking Celestia flowers still to this day. I still am doing that, you know? Now, what do I love about this game? What are the pros? Let me tell you what the pros are. So, first things first, the pros, okay? The gameplay. Very, very fluid. It feels really, really good. It feels very like well balanced and mechanically very good, you know. I will say as of right now, I have only tried the mercenary. So I do still need to try a hunter. I need to try the magician, and I need to try the paladin. I have played all of those lives in the 3DS version, but I can tell that this game is a little different, mechanics wise, than the 3DS version. At least it feels a little different. Like I said, it feels more like even your dodging, for example, like the dodging, that adds a lot to what you can do when you're fighting a monster. So that's really like an improvement, like a pretty sweet thing that helps out a ton. So yeah, the gameplay is great. In terms of the gameplay with the crafting classes and the gathering classes or lives, really, really super well done. I think that the gathering lives feel the most similar compared to the 3DS version. Um, the only thing that would be different would be when you're actually gathering all of the items that you have just mined, or, the trees that you just cut or whatever. In the 3DS version, you have to collect them individually. In this game, you just get them all at once when you're near them. So that's a nice little quality of life improvement for sure, and definitely helps with the grinding aspect. So that's cool. I will say though, and this is kind of a dumb complaint, but it does feel a little too high with quality of life improvements. Like with that specific gathering thing, for example. I don't know. I mean, I know it speeds up the process to gather the items, but I also kind of miss just actually grabbing them. Now, what I don't miss, and I'm 100% happy about this, is bounties. When you kill a monster and you have to freaking, in the 3DS version, you have to grab the bounty that they dropped, and you have to take it all the way back to a freaking guild member to be able to turn it in and receive the prize. That I don't miss. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't miss that at all. So I'm glad they took that out for sure. But anyways, yeah, it's still a good thing because again, it increases, grinding time, or I guess it minimizes grinding time, in regards to actually grinding when you're gathering material. So, but I will say, it feels really good to gather material. I still love having to gather material. I love the whole sweet spot mechanic that you can now kind of read where a sweet spot is. instead of kind of guessing where it's at compared to before. I love that. So yeah, there's there's a lot of quality of life improvements. The the addiction aspect when you're grinding, gathering life specifically, are really fun. The only gathering life I don't love is the farmer, but it's also not that bad. Like the mining and the wood cutting are the most similar, and then fishing is different than those two, but farmer is by far the most different gathering class or life, and it just doesn't feel as satisfying as the other three, but it's still not as bad. Like I'm assuming they probably took, it took them a while to actually try and find a good method to farming. So it's not that bad. It's just out of the four gathering lives for me personally, it's not my favorite. But that's okay. That's okay. If it's your favorite, I apologize. I did not mean to offend. um, so, anyways, so yeah. And then in terms of the crafting classes with the gameplay for those, I feel like this one got the biggest bump in like satisfaction for me personally, because like in terms of the 3DS version, the crafting lives were by far my least favorite ones, but in this version, they definitely went up like a rank or two in enjoyment for me. I don't know if it's because of like the buddy system that can help you out, or it's because of like the fluidity, or maybe it doesn't feel as repetitive with like each crafting life being very similar. Like, even though they are still similar, it doesn't feel as similar as it did in the 3DS version, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's because they kind of switch around, like where the tapping, table is compared to like the holding A down table or whatever. But crafting has definitely gotten a pretty big improvement, in my opinion. And it's definitely more enjoyable than it was on the 3DS version, in my personal opinion. So, gameplay wise, overall, there's definitely been an improvement, and so that's why I definitely enjoy the grind of this game. It's very fun, so that's fun. I also love the basically three different game modes that there is in Fantasy Life I. You got your freaking base building, which I barely have left to scratch on, to be honest. You've got your questing and your, classic questing, side questing sort of thing. Kinormosia is full of freaking side quests and like quests that you can complete. It's kind of like an open world sort of place. The main story takes you through a lot of places where there's a lot of main quests and side quests and stuff. And then obviously that also includes the life grinding and stuff like that. And then there's the what's it called? The treasure groves, which is also very different, a different game mode compared to the base camp and the actual questing part of the game. Overall, the game has a lot of stuff you can do. Like I've been doing some of the treasure groves, and yeah, I could definitely see like why a lot of like the treasure groves is definitely end game like stuff for sure. That's where people that are still playing after they beat the main story and after maybe they've set up a cool camp would probably spend more time on. Well, I feel like the camp and treasure groves is kind of like endgame, right? And so, depending on what you want to do, either play with friends or build a base, you've got a lot that you can do. And also, technically, Hinormosia, I feel like can also be considered post game because there's a lot of like grinding and like raising of ranks and stuff you can do in Hino Hermosia. And so, yeah, this game has a lot of stuff you can do. And supposedly we're even going to get another mode called roguelike mode, which I have no idea what that means, but I'm excited about that. And yeah, and then so I'm still talking about pros, basically. I did trickle in some cons there, obviously, but we're mostly talking about pros here. You also got the characters, the callbacks from the first game and the mobile game, which a lot of the characters from the mobile game, I'm assuming, are some of the ones that I've never seen before. Because there's some that say, like, oh, from Castell. And I'm like, what the heck? I don't remember this guy from the 3DS version. So I'm assuming they were part of the mobile game. But I love that all the characters came back. I don't necessarily love that they don't really have a reason for being there. They're just kind of there. There's not like really an explanation as to why they're not in Riveria, and they just happen to be in this land. Unless I missed it. I don't know. I might have missed it, but I don't know why they're there. I think they're just there for, you know, for the fans, you know, fan-based stuff. But it's all good. Like, at the end of the day, I don't really care. I just love that they're there. It's fun. It's fun to have them as party members, which also, I'm going to be honest, is a pretty big improvement compared to the first game, or at least the 3DS version. Like, the party member system is way better now than it was before. I kind of liked going to their specific spots to like recruit them from the 3DS game. You know, like Prince Eric or King Eric is in his castle on his throne. If you want to recruit him, you have to go talk to him on his throne. Euelia is in your room, and you just have to ask her to join your party. Odin is literally next to Damien in the throne of the Almagic castle. And so I kind of miss that. But I do like that the party members actually feel like party members this time. You can like equip different like, you know, armor and weapons on them, even though you can only actually see the weapons you equip. But it's still cool that you can actually, you know, kind of modify them. You can also modify them a little bit in terms of like changing hair and stuff like that or whatever, which I haven't done yet, but I'm not really interested in doing that. So I like my party members the way that they look, and I think they look awesome. And again, there's a lot of them that are really cool. My party right now consists of Olivia, which is my baby girl. She's been my baby girl since the first game. Top waifu for show. And then I've got Wolf, the freaking like ice wolf mage guy, or Cliff, I think his name is. No, Cliff. Yeah, I don't know. But he's freaking cool AF. He looks cool. I'm assuming he's from the mobile version. And then I've got freaking Hawk on my team. Archer with like wind-based freaking elemental skills, which again, awesome party member. I'm assuming he's also from the mobile version. But yeah, I love my party. My party's sick. And I'm excited to try out different party members after I change my life. If I go to like Hunter, for example, I'll change up all my setup a little bit, and because I want to try, like, I want to have Laura on my team, Princess Laura from freaking Castell. I want to have freaking Mustang at one point. I want to have Odin at one point. I need to get Glenn the Dragon Slayer back on the team at one point. I took him off because I'm a mercenary. I don't want to have two mercenaries in my party, you know. That's kind of lame. So, yeah. So I definitely am excited to play around with more of the combat type and party members. So yeah, but yeah, this game is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, fun, so much to do. It's a jam-packed with content, baby, and all the areas are gorgeous, just absolutely fun to explore. The exploring aspect in terms of the dungeons and even the treasure groves, I could see them getting repetitive for some people because they kind of all look similar in the sense of like the way it's set up. Like it's like a little zone and then you move it to the next zone, and then you move to the next zone, and eventually you find the exit, or, to get to the next floor. And it's just like all of the dungeons, caves are all like that, which, again, like in reality, in terms of actual like different areas, you've got a couple of the ones from the past, like all of the different areas, like Swolian, the Coliseum place, and then the fishing place or whatever, you know. But in terms of the dungeons, they're all very similar, which it's fine. I don't really care, to be honest. But anyways, at this point, I'm just rambling. In terms of negative things, I did already talk about a little bit of them. And honestly, as of right now, I think I already covered all of my negatives. Yeah. Yeah, I can't really think of any more negatives. So I think I'm good with negatives. But yeah, overall, the game, Level 5 did a great job. This game is incredible. I feel like this time, where the previous one, I kind of compared it more to like Dragon Quest, and obviously Animal Crossing a little bit, and then, maybe some Monster Hunter, where this time it feels definitely a lot more Animal Crossing and a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom. So this time the game definitely took a different route in terms of like what the structure of it is. But overall, it still feels very similar to the first one, although still being a little bit different. And, the weird thing is, I kind of, in some aspects, prefer the first one, the 3DS version. I don't know if it's just because, like, of nostalgia, because I played that game literally when it came out, and then I replayed it before this one came out, and I actually, like, finished it and almost beat the post game. And so I don't know if there's a little bit of nostalgia there with the first one compared to this one. But this game overall is still incredible. I love it. I think they knocked it out of the park. It's gorgeous. It's so much fun. And I haven't even dabbled in like multiplayer. And I'm excited to do that too. So yeah, overall, there's still a lot for me to do in this game. I've got about 50 to 60 hours in it right now. So I know there's still a lot I can do. But yeah, overall, I feel like I've completed enough of it to be able to actually review it. I've already beat the story. I've done a lot of the post-game stuff. So anyways, that's where I'm at with my review. Let me know what you guys think. I love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, like and subscribe. Shout out to all my members, dog. Right now, I believe I only got 2. PokeKid01, as always, shout out, much love. And then I believe I think it's Jack. I could be wrong. It might be Mr. Krabs. I don't remember. But thank you to my members. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate you. We'll see you in the next video, all right? Peace and love.